Let's go to 1 Kings, a book we spend little time in. And unless you're interested in war stories and idolatry and people not doing so well, especially Israel, you're not going to spend a whole lot of time in the book of 1 Kings. But here's something interesting that happened. 1 Kings chapter 22, and starting in verse 19. Now, before I read starting in verse 19, let me give you the backstory. At this point in the book of Kings, there's a guy named King Ahab running around, and he's not serving the Lord. He's committing idolatry to the highest level, and God's pretty much had it up to here with Ahab, and has said, enough for this guy, I want him out of the way. It's essentially my paraphrase of the passage, but that's what's going on here. Make no mistake. So verse 19... verse 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. This is the prophet. Jehoshaphat went to this prophet Micaiah and said, should I go to battle with King Ahab? And this is his response. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and his left. Divine Council meeting? Absolutely. They're all there. Now, why are they there? Look at what he goes on to say. Verse 20. And the Lord said, the Lord puts a question out to his divine counsel and said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? Who's got an idea how we can bump off Ahab when he goes to fight these guys? Now, does he need their input? No, but he wants it. And what happens? And one said on this manner, I'm still in verse 20, and another said on that manner. Well, you could do this, you can do that. And there came forth a spirit, and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him, Ahab. Oops, turn the page for a note. Verse 22, and the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he, the Spirit, said, I will go forth and be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets, in Ahab's prophets, who were false prophets. I'll be a lying spirit in the mouth of these false prophets, who Ahab listens to. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also, go forth and do so. They're going to tell Ahab, yeah, you're going to win the battle, go do it. That's the lie. And an angel proposed this idea to God. I don't remember reading this. That's amazing. And look at verse 23. Now, therefore, behold, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all thy prophets, and the Lord has spoken evil concerning thee. So he goes forward, and he does that, and Ahab goes to battle and dies. Interesting. There's a divine council meeting you probably don't read about or spend any time about, but it happened. Incredible.